Recently, I traveled to Houston, Texas, and I did some fragrance shopping. And you know what? I actually anticipated picking up something new only if it wowed me. But did anything wow me? Stay tuned and see what happened. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Lisa Maria here. Yes, I did some fragrance sniffing, smelling, and shopping in Houston, Texas as of late on my latest trip. And it was good. I ended up smelling some new Jo Malone, smelled some Tiziana Terenzi, smelled some Bond No. 9, of course, smelled some Guerlain, and I also smelled some of the Dior Privé line. So we got a nice well-rounded mix here of scent smelling. Plus these were scents that have been on my list to get my nose on just because I've heard a lot about them, or just in general I have an interest of my own, just because you all know I like fragrance in general. That's what I do here. But as always, lipstick of the day today, everyone. I want to do something kind of subtle, but you know, still giving life. So this is Thank It's MAC. This lipstick was trending earlier this year. It's a luster, so it's very neutral, very looks good on anybody. I have it paired with the MAC Plum Liners. So of course, I have my face details, all the above will be linked below as always, so you don't have to look for it. Next up, we have a fragrance of the day. Since we're in the mood of trying new things and sampling, this is a fragrance sample I dug out of my drawer. This is from the house of Amouage, and this is Material. I was digging this one because you all recall I smelled this one in a sampling series video on the house. And I said it would be nice as a cold weather scent, and it was actually cold. I'm in a hoodie for good crying out loud today. So yes, Amouage's Material. I do like this, and I still absolutely believe that this is full bottle worthy. So hopefully I get a bottle sooner rather than later. Yes, Amouage's Material is your fragrance of the day. So now without further ado, let's get into these thoughts on these fragrances that I got a chance to smell while in Houston, Texas. So all right, let's go ahead and get this one out the way because I've gotten so many questions about this scent. Have I smelled the new Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit? Well, it's not new, but they brought it back out. It was gone for a minute, so it was highly anticipated that it came back out, and people have been going crazy over it. The bottle has been all over my Instagram as well as TikTok page, YouTube. People are going crazy over it, saying it's the perfect holiday scent. And I was like, okay, let's see. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I'm hesitant. I know the bottle's cute, but it's a Jo Malone. And we know Jo Malone has a poor reputation when it comes to longevity in the fragrance community. It is what it is. So I was able to smell it, and they did have it for purchase if I wanted to get it while I was in Neiman Marcus. And so I smelled the fragrance, y'all. I'm so glad I did not blind buy this thanks to the hype, because I was so underwhelmed by it. It is so light. I mean, the cookie was maybe like a crumb of the cookie, not the whole cookie. I get the whole supposed to smell like an actual ginger biscuit cookie situation. Y'all, it's not doing what it needs to do. It's not strong enough. It's too light for me. You're gonna have to bathe in half the bottle to actually get the full smell of it, in my opinion. Please don't buy that one because of the hype in the bottle. Don't, y'all. Only buy it if you smell it on yourself and it works for you. But I was so underwhelmed by this scent, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't buy this. It's been on sale and everything between the Nordstrom sales, Sephora, Saks, 7 different sales and things too. But y'all, you're only buying it for the bottle. I'm just being honest about that, which that's fine if that's what you want to do, but Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit is not worth the hype. It's not worth the money, so it's a no for me. So once I was lit down from Jo Malone, I made my way over to Tiziana Terenzi, because you all know Tiziana Terenzi isn't a stranger here on the channel. Had to check it out, and the sales associates, they kind of basically lured me over there, so I was like, okay, let's get into it. So the first scent that was handed to me and stuck up my nose essentially was, of course, Kirke, and I get why they did that. Kirke is the scent that blew up on TikTok, so they assume everybody wants to smell it because it was trending. My thoughts have not changed on Kirke. Let me say that right now. It's just okay. I don't hate it, but it's not a love for me. It's not full bottle worthy for me. I actually still have half of a decanter of it in my stash, so once that's over with and done with, I'll be good on Kirke, like seriously. Plus you all remember I did a comparison video comparing it to Xerjoff's Herba Pura. You all know what the outcome of that was. I got a full bottle of Herba Pura just because I just thought it was the better fragrance. In my opinion, has not changed. So Kirke is cool, but it's not doing enough. It's just okay. But I did smell another hyped scent within the fragrance community that I have been dying to get my nose on, and that was Haley from the Comet collection. Now Haley, let me tell you something. She was good. She gave me the drama. She had a little more oomph to it, and I was like, okay, I get the hype of Haley. So for me, Haley was full bottle worthy for sure. And plus the bottle was cute too, and I love the presentation of it. So no, that one gave me the drama that I desired, and it was giving me that true elevated niche vibe. So Haley, I did like. Another one I've been wanting to smell because I've heard good things about it is Cabiria. Now Cabiria, I actually thought I was gonna love it, but I smelled it and it had like this interesting like freshness to it, meaning like outdoor air, kind of like pine to me. So again, Cabiria is another one I'm so glad I waited to smell and that I was like, because you all know with Tiziana Teresi Ferguson's, they have a whole bunch of notes in them and it can take you on a lot of different places with them. Cabiria is one of those that I can't say that I'm like, ooh, I need it. That opening was weird. Now it dried down and got better, don't get me wrong, but that's one that I'm gonna actually have to have like a real decant and sample of before I'm like, yay, I want it, or no. But for right now, I'm like, interesting. That's all I have next to it. It's just interesting to me. But I'm not saying I love it, nor do I hate it. It's just, I don't know. Now the last fragrance I smelled while at the Tiziana Terenzi counter, this is from the new Sea Stars line. This is their newest one. It's called Abrevia, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a teal bottle. It's nice. I wasn't even checking for it, but the lady was like, no, you need to smell this one. Y'all, out of all the ones I smelled, I just discussed, this one was my favorite. 100%, this one was really, really good. This one was a love at first sniff. Yes, I am digging this new scent. I'll have a picture of it up here, I know somewhere, but y'all, this one, I'm like, okay, this is giving me the hype of the Sea Stars collection I've been hearing about so much. Yeah, Abrevia, yeah, she was good. She was good. So that one is approved. Y'all definitely get your nose on it if you can. If you can do a walkthrough at Neiman Marcus like I did, that one I liked. Moving forward. So next place I made my way over to, I think I went by Dior. Yes, I went by Dior next. So in particular, I want to smell two fragrances. One I have smelled before in the past, but another one that was new, a newer release. And the fragrance I want to smell from the past was Amber Nuit. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes, no, Ombre. It's gonna be Ombre Nuit. Let me say the name correctly. So I smelled Ombre Nuit 2 years ago and I remember liking it. Of course, it wasn't the scent I was checking for at the moment because I purchased another scent, but I remember like I really liked it. So I wanted to smell it again just to see if I'm digging it now, especially now that my nose has matured even more. And I smelled it and I was like, this is really good. So the fact that I still like it from 2 years ago and it still makes me happy and I'm like, I'm digging this. Ombre Nuit, in my opinion, is full bottle worthy. It's truly unisex too. I can definitely see a man or a woman wearing it. It's a good scent. Like it's split right down the middle. And I've learned that I love amber as a scent note, especially in the cold weather months. So Ombre Nuit is a yes. I am digging this one. This is full bottle worthy for sure. And I've noticed that like the smaller size bottle is always sold out now. Like they're trying to make you buy that big old like 8-ounce bottle or something. I don't want that much use of it. I know they have like a 4.25 ounce, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I want a small bottle of it, but I don't want a big bottle of Ombre Nuit. But it's still full bottle worth it. I'll say that. The next fragrance I smelled was Vanilla Diorama, which I actually still have my card for Vanilla Diorama when I was at Dior, if you can see that. This was nice. It's a sweet vanilla, which I'm gonna be honest, vanilla fragrances after a while, they all start to smell the same to me. So I don't care if you pay $20 for it. I don't care if you pay $300 for it. Vanilla is all kind of, yeah, they start to run together after a while. But this one was cute. But is she touching Ombre Nuit? No, she is not. I mean, it's nice. It is a slightly elevated vanilla, I give it that. But it didn't leave me going, wow, like, can I please at least have a sample of it? I need to smell it again. Like when I smelled it, the sales associate definitely read my face. She was like, you think it's just okay? And I was like, yeah. That's just how I feel about vanillas. I know everybody's like crazy over vanilla right now, but I'm just not that girl. It's just okay to me, vanillas as a whole, so. Just saying, if you're coming to my channel wondering how I feel about vanilla fragrances, you're gonna be highly disappointed because I'm not that girl. They don't wow me. I'm not checking for them that hard, if you haven't noticed. But anywho, Vanilla Diorama, it's okay, but it's not full bottle worthy, and definitely not that Dior price tag full bottle worthy, no. Next up, I wanted to go to Guerlain. Y'all, I had to find Guerlain. This one I had to really look for because it was kind of like hidden, but I was like, I definitely want to check out the Guerlain counter because I know they've come out with some newness, and I really enjoyed them when I shopped there a year ago, back when I was in New York. If y'all recall, I came home with Angelique Noir, that fragrance, and I still love it. It is fantastic. It's actually gotten better now that it's sat. But so I spent some time at the Guerlain counter and I specifically want to smell two fragrances. Of course, if y'all remember my wish list for the fall, I wanted to get my nose back on Tonka Imperial, y'all. Smelled Tonka Imperial. It was cool. It was still good. And the fact that I still like it, I was like, okay, I know this isn't playing tricks on me. It's not a like romanticizing the trip when we went to New York. I actually still like and want Tonka Imperial. I gotta say that because the Tonka bean in it is just the richest, most elevated Tonka bean I have smelled. I haven't been smelling a lot of fragrances with Tonka bean in them lately. But yeah, Tonka Imperial is still the queen. It's still the queen to me. It's fantastic. So that one is still a yes. That one is still a absolute full bottle worthy fragrance to me. Now the other fragrance that I want to get my nose on, in fact, the sales associate insisted that I get my nose on this one. She was like, have you smelled tobacco honey? And I said, no, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really checking for it as hard, but I was like, I do want to smell it since I was at the counter. And plus, Guerlain isn't sold everywhere. So when you are near a counter, you do want to smell the fragrances just because I'm not the biggest tobacco fan. I'm just not, because tobacco can lean pretty masculine very easily to me, at least on my skin. Let me know, do you feel the same way, Els? She was like, no, definitely smell it. So sprayed it on the car. And she also was like, no, can I please spray some on your skin? Which luckily I didn't have a fragrance on at the time. So I was able to try some on skin. So sprayed it and I was like, huh. That was not what I was expecting. This was much better than I expected it to be. This was literally a perfectly even balance of tobacco and honey. And y'all know I like the note of honey. So this scent I thought was much better and it wowed me, and it was actually more so feminine, unisex leaning feminine in my opinion than I expected. This scent is really, really good. I had to give it that props. And like I said, I wasn't checking for it like that because again, I had kind of slightly written it off, but I was like, I'm gonna smell it, why not? But no, tobacco honey, it's really good. It is actually good. And to be fair, Guerlain has the whole bee thing, so it makes sense that a scent with honey in it, you know, relation to bees, it would actually be good. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And then of course, y'all know it's not a fragrance sniffing trip out of town for me if I don't stop by the Bond counter. And as we know, Bond has since released another new fragrance in time for the holidays. And that new fragrance they came out with is the new New York Forever scent. So that's why I want to get over there for that reason. And just to smell some other scents that I probably just haven't smelled. Believe it or not, I have not smelled everything Bond has. I know I have a ton of videos on Bond, but I still have not smelled everything. So it's always fun to discover new things. So most importantly, had an amazing time at the Bond counter. Shout out to Laura at the Houston Saks Bond number 9 counter. She is amazing. If you are in Houston, definitely shop with Laura. She is everything. She know her stuff and she gives great customer service. So anywho, I went in there. I was like, okay. So of course I had smelled New York Flowers recently, not too long ago. And I like New York Flowers, by the way, just to reiterate. That was the fragrance that was also new for 2023, but it came out in the springtime. It has the pretty flower on it. It has like pear in it. It's so fresh and feminine. And Laura was so great. She made me a sample of it too, so I could definitely revisit it. But for sure, this is full bottle worthy, by the way, the New York Flowers. I want it, but for spring 2024, because I mean, it is a spring fragrance and it's about to be holiday time right now. It's Thanksgiving time when I'm filming this. But springtime, I'm a spring baby. I'm a March baby, birthday time. So yeah, this smells like my birthday to me, in my opinion. So yeah, New York Flowers will be full bottle worthy in spring of 2024. So it is a yes. Let's get to the new, which is of course the New York Forever scent. And I'm so glad that I was able to smell it at counter. And again, Laura was so gracious. She gave me an official sample too of the new scent, which is again the New York Forever scent. Now, of course, again, like I said, I sprayed it at counter, but why not reacquaint my nose with it since we're here? And I know y'all like these types of videos. But yes, this is why I tell y'all, go to Bond counters when you can, because that's where you get your samples for Bond from. And I got my test strip here, so let's see what it's giving all over again. There's cinnamon in here. This is a cold weather scent. It's like woody. But the cinnamon, most importantly, is what's most prominent. There's also like some vanilla in here, I think. This is a holiday fragrance. Yeah, this is absolutely a holiday fragrance. Since New York Forever is a new scent, I will read the notes because it's very brand new. And I know a lot of us are like, wait, I haven't smelled it. Like I said, it was new to my nose as well. We have notes of fresh cinnamon bark. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. This is giving heavy on the cinnamon. So we have fresh cinnamon bark, patchouli oil. We have spicy sweet vanilla. I said vanilla was in here. Honeyed amber, I do smell the honey. Musky labdanum, and then we have earthy moss. Okay, the honey actually comes out even more the longer this sits, and it overpowers everything else. I'm okay with that. This scent is unisex, but to me, this is unisex leaning feminine, in my opinion. Absolutely, this is perfect for right now. So they released this scent at the right time of year, New York forever. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I'm glad I have a sample to continue to play in it. And if I really like it, we all know holiday sales and things are happening. So if I really like it, I might snag a bottle of it. But okay, this is a yes on paper. And of course, first impressions, I'm digging it. I do like this because the cinnamon isn't too loud, isn't too woody, it's doing just enough. So that wraps up what all I smelled. But now I know y'all like, okay, but what did you actually pick up? Because I know you picked up something, and I did pick up something. I told you all I would pick up something if I was wowed, right? And one fragrance out of them all wowed me the most, and I couldn't leave Houston without picking this up. The fragrance that stole the show and was the queen of the trip, in my opinion, and I'm still in love with it right now. Check it out, you all. Guerlain's Tobacco Honey was the scent memory of this trip, y'all. And luckily too, they told me it had been selling out. They had just restocked it too, which was a good thing. And I was able to pick out my custom cap that I wanted. And here it is, y'all. Check it out, Tobacco Honey. This is the 100 ml bottle that I picked up, and I went with the gold cap with the green ribbon for my bottle. So check that out, y'all. Tobacco Honey. Y'all, the honey is super thick in this fragrance, and it is everything. Let me tell you something. I smelled it, and the head off was with me. He smelled it. He said, no, wow, that's it. He's like, no, that's the one. Because I'm always shoving fragrances up his nose and whatnot. So he's actually developed a very discerning nose on the fragrances and things. But this was the one he also was like, nah, that's it. That's the one. So this is the one that made the trip. This is the one that was the belle of the ball this time around. Tobacco Honey. And I'm so happy because that's now 2 years in a row in the fall that I have picked up a Guerlain fragrance. So dare I say, do we have a trend here? It's like a new tradition at this point. So yes, very happy about Tobacco Honey. And by the way, spoiler alert, I do have some Guerlain samples, and I will be doing a video on some other fragrances from that house. I'm pretty sure you all would like to hear about that. But alas, Tobacco Honey is the scent of the truth. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this edition of fragrance sniffing, smelling, and shopping while in Houston, Texas. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Do you agree with my picks? Have you smelled some of these fragrances as well? Let me know. Of course, some of them are new, some of them are older. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love the discussion in the comments, and I do respond. So until next time, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.